What's up and welcome back. I'm Steph SABRAW, joined by Andrew Flash Gordon.
What's up?
And today we're going to be watching an extensive video on one of my favorite humans ever, one of my favorite actresses, Michelle Yeoh, which I feel like we're just living in a Michelle Yeoh era. Think about the generational era that Michelle Yeoh has left. She has really been a part of movies in this industry for so many decades, but it seems as though in the past few years has been her like pinnacle of fame, which is crazy because Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out years ago. Now we're like Shang-Chi and Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously.
I still need to see that one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She's a fantastic actress. The only two films of hers that I have seen were in 1997, Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond film, directed by Roger Spottiswoode, and the other one was, of course, Shang-Chi, and I thought she was great in both of those, but I do need to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It's so up your alley.
And Everywhere.
Everything Everywhere,
all at once. Tongue twister.
That's a must watch.
Yeah, and maybe I'll have to react to them here on this channel, so we'll see about that. Let us know in the comments guys want me to react to those.
So this is a video from GQ called Michelle Yeoh Breaks Down Her Most Iconic Characters, which will be cool to see the perspective of her characters from her. So before we get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. Let's fangirl, or fanboy, or fan whatever on Michelle.
I think someone took the wrong turn, and that's why the car suddenly swerved so hard, and you see me literally go sideways like that. That was not choreographed. That was an accident.
Oh, no. I always love these behind-the-scenes stories.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
I will never forget when I was playing Wei Lin. Someone said to me, just enjoy it. You're in a Bond movie. You don't have to take it so seriously, which in a sense is true because there's so many things going on. But then we all also knew you have to take it seriously because if your character, you're not convinced with your character, you can't deliver the sincerity of a character. Nobody will believe what you are playing or what you're trying to tell them.
Oh, I love this scene. It's so much fun. Have you seen this movie?
I don't think so.
Oh, you would like it. It's fun.
The producers who understand how important the legacy of Bond is to the audiences around the world and how to maintain and expand, because it was always very much the man's world, right? All the guys love to be James Bond. And the women were almost always the Bond girls. But they were ready at that time when they came looking for me was to have much more depth in emotions and the quality of their nature in the film.
Here, allow me.
They had really good chemistry.
Don't get any ideas, Mr. Bond?
Maybe we go after General Chang together.
Thanks for washing my hair.
Gosh, she's been hot for so long.
I was very blessed that that was the train of thought going through their minds when they were writing Tomorrow Never Dies. I will never forget my first experience meeting Barbara Broccoli, one of the main producers, the most amazing, strong, powerful woman. I think because of her, that kind of character, that strong woman was pushed very much far forward in the front.
I gotta rewatch this movie. It's been a while.
Coming from having done a lot of stunt work and actual fighting and things like that, Barbara and Michael Wilson were very smart. They said to me, bring your stunt team. It was a great experience for them because it was a luxury too, because normally in Hong Kong, we don't have time to rehearse. For us actors, we get on set, we learn it, and we shoot it. So I remember when my guys came, Barbara said to me, where's your stunt team? And I'm like, I went looking for them. And they were all in the green room. I was going, guys, come on, what kind of example are you setting? You know, they sent you the mock-up of the set to Hong Kong, like weeks before.
No way.
You were supposed, and now that you get here, you're all just lounging. They said, well, we have 5 different ways. Which one do you want? Because they'd seen the set in the mock-up, so they understood the layout. So when they actually came to the layout, they went, okay, we know exactly what we're doing. They said, I'm waiting for your director to come to show him the 5 different setups.
That's sick.
So that's the speed that they work. Barbara and Michael, my producers, were more comfortable because they could see that we work together and we know each other and they would keep me safe. But if not, it would have been very difficult for them to say, why is she on the 2nd floor and there's no harness, you know? That was a great experience for both sides to see how the East works in that way when we don't have that kind of money or the kind of time, to have long setups, but we work efficiently and very, very quickly.
That's cool.
So cool. I gotta see this.
Hidden Dragon. Crouching Tiger,
One of my
Hidden
favorite
Dragon
movies.
is poetry in motion.
Yeah.
The wire work.
So cool.
And
Oh,
it's
I need to
actually
rewatch
his
this.
vision, his passion for martial arts, which when I first met him straight after Tomorrow Never Dies to talk about Crouching Tiger, all these martial arts movies, the kung fu movies as we call them, it's something that
was
we
Ang Lee,
all
right?
grow
Yeah.
up with. It's like our Marvel comics. And he was so fascinated, he wanted to try out every single form of martial arts and every weapon there was. I thought he was kidding. When I first walked into where he was prepping for all this, the research he was doing, I seriously thought he was kidding until when I walked onto the set on the final fight sequence and all the weapons were there and he said, I want you to use all of them. I'm like, you're kidding, right? But he was not. He never jokes around with things like that.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna like this
Yeah,
movie.
you're gonna be obsessed.
Oh my goodness. Yes, this is
We
my
always
love
say
language.
there is no action without drama. It goes hand in hand. You're talking about the emotional feeling.
好，说翻脸就翻脸。
The drama of the fighting is the story, and that is the storyteller telling you this is the conflict between these two women over the sword, and that's very symbolic of the man. I think in any movie as well, even for Tomorrow Never Dies, when you have the most incredible explosions, planes and motorcycles and things like that, the drama of it, the closeness of the two characters that makes you believe the urgency, the reason for why they are doing that.
Amen.
Police Story 3, Supercop. Personally, it was a very important
I gotta see this movie.
at that time.
Me too.
Because I had
Should react
moved
to
away
it.
and retired from the film business for about 4 years. Police Story 3, Supercop was my first comeback. So it was important to remind my audiences, hey, I'm still here, and hey, I'm still,
love her personality.
What,
Me too.
what you loved before.
Nice.
And then I was getting to work with Stanley Tong, the director, who I met when he was a stuntman. And so he came to me and said,
cool.
I have a Jackie Chan movie and I want you to be part of it. Like his counterpart, okay? It was like playing with James Bond.
That story right there reminds me. She said she met him when he was a stuntman, then he became a director. I was always taught this quote by someone who was in the film industry. He was one of the biggest stunt guys in the business. He said, no matter what, when you're on the set, kill them with kindness. Could be a craft service person, could be someone who's not important. One day they can be important, and if you're nice to everyone, they might have a job for you. And her personality and how nice she seems, like I'm sure the guy was like, oh, I want to work with Michelle. Like, yeah, now I'm in a position of power, so.
Opposite them as their equal. That was a very huge statement on every level. For me, it was a great privilege. For the women, it was like, yes.
This looks awesome. Wow. Oh my God.
She's so
Never
cool.
be crazy enough to do those stunts again. Well, we did have an accident, but I was fortunate. I came out of it not hurt.
Thank God.
We don't really rehearse our big scenes. If you're going to do it, you might as well shoot it. Right? So let's not waste it. So I get up on the truck, dodging the bullets, rolling off the van, and I go off the van, and Jackie pulls up in his little convertible, and I land on his bonnet. I crash the windscreen, which saves my fall, and then I roll off his car.
Oh.
Oh, that looks okay. I can just, roll down. And then you're standing up there and you go like, oh, this feels a little different. Wait, it's not staying still. And then his car is not staying still either. Everything is moving. And I remember in my head, I went, well, I'm never gonna know until I tried, right? So I took the roll.
God.
Everything went wrong. The windscreen did not shatter. The things that were supposed to make it go, it didn't. So Jackie couldn't get a handle on me. When you watch the outtakes, he scrambled over the windscreen and tried to hold on to me. Luckily, he grabbed onto a bit of my shirt as I was sliding off the car. He saved me.
Oh my God.
Tell him that. And as I rolled off, if he didn't give me that little extra jerk, I would have landed on my head first.
Oh
and that
my
would have
God.
been the disaster of my life. You know the saying, when you fall off the horse, you have to get back right on. For me, at that moment was like, I know what I didn't do right. Now I know the feeling. Let's do it. Try and catch it.
I'm not
this
getting
time.
back on after that.
Jackie, it's okay, it's okay. She said,
Michelle's
it's okay.
tougher
Get back
than
in
me.
the car. So we turned around.
What?
And the next take. That was crazy, but don't do it.
That's insane to hear that and to watch that actually happen. And I know like part of the reason Michelle Yeoh is so highly sought after as an actress, but like respected, is because she's like in the Jackie Chan vein where she's an actual stunt woman. There's not that many that you hear of that have this high of acting skills and stunt work.
Whoa, and I think we see now where Tom Cruise got his inspiration from. But I mean,
Crazy.
After that stunt had gone wrong like that, and you barely survived with your life, thank you, Jackie Chan, for that.
Right.
For making sure she was okay. She is the definition of fearless because first of all, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. That's just me. But if I did do it, and then that happened, and I luckily barely escaped with my life, I ain't doing it a second time. The fact that she was like, oh, I know what I did wrong. I don't care. It's all good. Let me get back up. That just shows like the type of prowess that she has. Like,
right.
That she's just fearless. Like, let's get this right. I'm getting back up there. Like, oh my God. Crazy. Awesome.
So at that time, I did take more risks than usual. Like, hanging on the van.
Oh my Lord. I really want to watch this movie now.
I think someone took the wrong turn, and that's why the car suddenly swerved so hard, and you see me literally go sideways like that. That was not choreographed.
Oh my
That was an accident.
God. Michelle. Stop. She didn't do this.
Jackie was the one who had a bigger problem. He actually came up to me at one stage and he says, Michelle, are you trying to kill me? And I'm like, no, why would I do that? We're buddies, right? And he goes, no, because I was doing this crazy motorcycle stunt, right? When he saw me do that stunt, he was like, oh no. If you do anything more than that, where am I going to come from? That's why he did the helicopter stunt. It's not fair for me to suddenly go, nah, look at me. So we had to have a little bit of a balance. And I think we managed to do that quite well at the end of the day. So that's why we're still great friends.
That's funny.
Oh, I've seen her in Crazy Rich Asians. I love this movie.
From the book, the mother is just an antagonist. She was
phenomenal in this movie. I totally forgot.
Being able to work very closely with John Chu, I had asked him at the beginning, what kind of movie are you making? What's the tone of your film? Is it going to be like a Hangover 2? Which is a very legitimate question, because if you read the book, it very much reads like that as well, right? It's fun, it's crazy, it's out there. If he said that, I would have said that would have been a wasted opportunity to show in depth with real emotion, sincere integrity, what this culture is. And that was such a great opportunity because we hadn't had an all-Chinese Asian cast, I think, since Joy Luck Club. I wanted to be part of it, but I didn't want to be part of something that I didn't believe in. John Chu said to me, if I did that, my mother would kill me. Bang. If you understand what your mother thinks, there's a lot of that in you.
Yes.
Pursuing one's passion.
I got to rewatch
How
this
American.
one too. So good.
Well, your mother is very open-minded. Not like here, where parents are obsessed with shaping the life of their children.
He said, I grew up with understanding the hierarchy in family, the filial piety that we have to show to our elders, how to greet, not just who to greet, but how to greet. When we sit down for dinner, who starts to eat first and who you have to address, and greet. So he understood the real cultural, and not just a superficial, I don't want to know about my history or culture or where I come from. That gave me great confidence that he would understand why this mother character was so important. Because initially, she only appears not that many times. In fact, with her son, only twice.
Some things I need to figure out on my own.
Is that an American accent I'm hearing?
How do I look?
Perfect.
But in those moments, you have to feel the love, that strong bond and connection. If you don't, then what is the reason for him to go back to Singapore, right? There must be something that will always pull him back. And that's love of a family. That's keeping a family together. For me, that was a very, very important role.
Did you see that movie?
Yes,
You don't
obsessed.
I know you're not what Nick needs.
The mahjong scene, a battle of wit without the fists, the tiles, that sound, the clickety-clack, that tempo, that rhythm, the women telling each other what they feel and why they are going in that direction. It was beautiful, but it was powerful.
Yeah.
There were many days when I wondered if I would ever measure up. But having been through it all, I know this much. You will never be enough.
Everybody loved the line when I said, "You will never be enough."
Scathing.
Everybody's always very scared when I say that. John Chu said, "You terrified me."
Oh,
But
definitely.
I think what I loved most about was the reaction to that character. I had young people come up to me and say, "I understand my mom better now," or
Yeah.
"I understand my mother-in-law better now. I can go back and have a conversation with my mom
That's
now."
awesome.
And I think that was very important. When I approach, it's like, I have to know the character. Where is she really coming from? She was dutiful, she was loyal, she was fiercely devoted to her family, but most of all, that was love. That was real love. The general mother's role, to nurture, to protect, but then the most important is to let go. And I approach it like that, knowing these are the feelings that a mother would have. So that when I am there as Eleanor Young, I am a mother. I am just simply a mother who loves her son.
Awesome.
Okay.
The one I really need to say.
I always try not to inject me into the character because I see the character as a real person who needs to have real emotions, a path. What I saw in Evelyn was a very hard-working immigrant who's trying so hard to be keeping her family together, to be a success in her father's eyes, to prove that she's a good daughter. And I see Evelyn in so many people around me. I felt that need to tell their story, but in a very, not the usual way. Because the Daniels presented it in such a psychedelic, crazy, insane, contemporary way. Sometimes in science fiction, that's where you can really go to the stars and across the universes like we have done and still be credible and believable because this is the universe that we have created. I think that was the challenge. And it kept me as the actor grounded because I felt this character. And because every day when I go onto the set, I was like, okay, sometimes I have no idea. We are jumping from one universe to the other one. The chaos at that moment of filming is also what the character was going through. Evelyn was going through. Evelyn was confused, was fractured. She was trying to come to terms with what was happening with her. It was like taking a look at your own life and going like, am I a failure? Am I this? Am I that? Could I have done better? Maybe that is one thing that I do put in, taking from my experiences, because it is very personal. Not every decision that you make is going to be the perfect one. And that's when mistakes hopefully makes you wiser and smarter, and don't do it again. And if you do it again, that means you're really dumb. For me, this whole journey was about Evelyn, the character who understood she will never give up. That also reflects on me as a person because I refuse to give up. I think when you give up or give in, you've already lost. Whatever it is, it's the character. And if you find that character and you connect, you're almost living vicariously through that character. That's when you really love what you're watching or feeling. In Everything Everywhere All at Once, my God, I think it has to start from the moment I got the script. Fortunately, I was coming to LA, met with the Daniels, had to meet with the Daniels, because I would only take on a project if there is real passion. if when I speak to them, I see the passion in their eyes. I hear it coming from here. Because I'm not going to go and leave my family and people I love for 3-4 months at a time on lip service, on doing something that even you don't believe in. How are you going to convince me to be part of that? So when I met them, I didn't tell them. Because when I read the script, I thought, this is something, oh dear. No, this is something I've been waiting for a long time.
Wow.
That's going to give me the opportunity to show my fans, my family, my audience, what I'm capable of.
Wow.
To be funny, to be real, to be sad. Finally, somebody understood that I can do all these things.
Wow.
You've convinced me. Now I need to watch that movie right away.
I love her so much.
She's incredible.
She's so fantastic and mesmerizing. Like, this is a pretty long video, but I could just watch Michelle talk for hours. And something I just love is her dedication and seriousness to the craft in a way that's still very humble and not pretentious. It's just very authentic, and I love how like real she is when she's talking about every character she's taken, every decision she's made. And I'm sure as an Asian woman, like being in this industry, like trying to find a role that you're like, I can do more. It's like so cool to watch her get all emotional about the final role that she's been in.
I'd never really watched too much behind the scenes or just gotten a taste of her personality, and after watching this didn't even feel like 18 minutes, by the way. I was just so like engulfed with everything she was saying, from the stunt work to the acting to getting into characters. But you can tell, like, not only is she just a wonderful human being and someone you want to work with, someone you want to be on set with, someone you want to collaborate with, but she is so dedicated to her craft, and she is just multifaceted. She can do everything. She can do action, she can do drama. She's just a wonderful actress. Seeing the emotion coming out of her when she said, when she read the script to Everything Everywhere All.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
One day I'll have it.
Once you watch it, you will.
Yeah. But to see that passion, to see her actually like made her cry, like, I have to do this. Like, that's what you want to hear from actors, like when they read a script. Because I mean, I've read plenty of scripts, so I'm like, this seems like a good idea. It's like some of the dialogue seems good, but I don't know. I can't tell if this is a good script. But like to hear like an actor or an actress say, I have to do this, and then see the tears coming from her eyes. And then I'm just a sucker for, I love hearing behind the scenes stories, like that story where she hit the windshield.
Yeah, what?
She's been through some crazy stuff in this industry. Like, she's accomplished it all. I feel like there are so many times where people have been snubbed and haven't even been nominated, so I don't even really care about the Academy Awards. But I am glad when people are recognized for when they should be. Even though I haven't seen the film, I've not heard good things. I've only heard amazing things about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
There you go.
Cool. I'm so glad to hear someone who has so much passion and so much love for acting and just really truly gives it her all. Like, I had no idea about the stunt work and all. I mean, I just figured, hey, she knows what she's doing. I just had no idea it led to that extent, and I knew she was a very accomplished actress, but just hearing her behind the scenes stuff, I'm like, wow, this is just a good human being.
Yeah.
She really loves what she does, and like, what more can you ask? She's
amazing.
Really cool video.
Yeah, I love this video. If you liked it too, make sure that you give it a like on GQ's channel, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on all notifications so you know when we drop more videos like this, and we do a whole bunch of other types of videos on the channel. And hit that thumbs up button for me, will ya? Much love to Michelle Yeoh, icon. I'm Steph SABRAW. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.